Hi, welcome on to Arsenal Fan TV. As you can see from the caption there, we've just received the news. It's been all over social media that Danny Welbeck has been ruled out for Arsenal for months. Now, that is what we've been, this is not rumours, this is not anything that's just been said willy-nilly. This has been put out there by the official Arsenal website, arsenal.com. Danny Welbeck ruled out for months. Now, I'm absolutely astonished, absolutely astounded by this news, because we've just come out of the transfer window where most Arsenal fans felt that we should have signed a striker. We've had all summer where we've been looking at this striker. We didn't sign a striker. We didn't sign any outfield player, as a matter of fact. And now we find out that one of the players we were being told up until last week by Arsene Wenger that, listen, even if we don't sign a striker, at least we've got players like Welbeck to come back in, is going to be out for months. So where is the logic in not signing a striker? Did Arsene Wenger not know that Welbeck's injury was as bad as it was? Which, if that's the case, what are the medical team doing? It's just a real mess and a real shambles. And already Arsenal fans were already a bit disheartened about the whole transfer activity. Now hearing this news, it's just, you know, we've started to recover a bit. It's just got us all down again. It's absolutely astonishing. Danny Welbeck's been at Manchester United for God knows how many years, never ever injured, comes along to Arsenal. I was chatting to Chris Hudson just before I came on here, and he said it's a bit like a carousel at Arsenal where we just got injuries going round and round and round. And this is just another one. It's absolutely astonishing. And it kind of makes me think now that they knew this was coming. That's why they didn't sell Joel Campbell, because remember, Campbell looked like he was going to be on his way out. Campbell's obviously been kept in there as cover. And why now did we make Chuba Akpom go out on loan? Remember, we've got less strikers now than we did last year, because at least we had Chuba Akpom, we had Lucas Podolski. Now, all we've got to rely on is poor old Olivier Giroud, who, if he goes out in any game and misses a chance or doesn't score a goal in that game, is going to get all the flack, all the blame. He's not world-class, he's this, he's that. It's really, really unfair on the guy. And it's just a shambles at the moment. I cannot say anything else. The transfer window that started off so brilliantly with the acquisition of Petr Cech has now turned into an absolute shambles, with Arsenal looking like a laughing stock, because we haven't signed a striker, and now the other striker that we've got is out for months. Absolutely astonishing. As I said, Welbeck's been playing for various different, playing for England, playing for Manchester United, no injuries, comes to Arsenal, he's out. It's astonishing. It's absolutely astonishing. I want to get into see what you guys are having to say about it. Let me see if I can bring some of the live comments up. The ones I can actually read, because it's not good. It's not good at all. Here's a positive one. The guy says Welbeck's loss is Campbell's gain. Maybe we may see more of Joel Campbell, but again, like, Welbeck's been mainly over on that left-hand side. That's where he's been doing most of his work. And Campbell is more a player that plays over on the right-hand side, where we're already fairly strong. But, oh my gosh, I'll tell you. Where's Akpom? Says the real Faridas. Where is Akpom? This club is a joke, says Adrian Taraki. Which I must say quite a few people are saying here. Also, Arsenal says Wenger has lost the plot. That's what he's saying. Who else we got here? Mel WMX says there's no Arsenal without a Diaby. And I think he's referring to it and saying that the new Diaby now is proving to be Danny Welbeck. Is Zigic available on a free? That's Crane N. Listen, we can only laugh about it right about now. Kishi Jahavin says Kroenke out and Usmanov in. It's just a lot of very negative comments. Vince says no Podolski. Of course, we sold Podolski. Silent Enigma says we should play Sanchez as a striker now. It's just not looking good. I mean, there's the what's it, Zaza, Simeone Zaza, who we apparently tried to sign on deadline day, but the price was going to be £22 million, and we've turned that down. The option's been just Giroud. So that means now we're probably going to go into January looking again for a striker. It's absolutely incredible. I really can't get my head around it. Let's get a few more comments. Everything Game says Walcott isn't a striker. Well, listen, he's going to have to be a striker now because we're going to be so thin on the ground that he's going to have to be a striker. Baffy08 says Wenger is a joke. ABTBH says Wenger out. So does George Mamari. He says Wenger out as well. Nathaniel says hashtag bring back Akpom. I don't know what the situation is and if we would be able to bring back Chuba Akpom off of loan. I don't know if it's a season-long loan or I don't know if it's one of those loan deals where he can be brought back beforehand, but certainly we could do with Chuba Akpom coming back right about now. Jack from Norwich City just said, I thought we had a bad transfer window at Norwich. Well, listen, mate, it's nothing in comparison to ours, trust me. Let's get a few more in. A lot of them, I have to say, are saying Wenger out. Here, XAN Knight says Wenger 100% out. Guan Ji Chi says Wenger out for real now. Vif simply just says typical. Vince Nagayan says the richest man in Africa wants to buy Arsenal. I think he wants him sold. It's really bad. It's really bad at the moment. And Brian Werner says there's no way the club didn't know about this before the close of the window. No way on earth. And I must say that I have to kind of believe, I kind of agree with him at the moment, that the club must have known. Even the club has, if the club didn't know, then the medical team, because they should know. Somebody should be communicating this so that we know exactly what the situation is. Will James says, sign a striker. That's all we had to do. Rishi says, Wenger, arrogant. Gosh. Yeah, we got one support here. This is the GLXN. He says, Wenger in. That guy, Welb, says, sign Benzema in January. I don't know if that's the real Welb saying that. But he says, sign Benzema in January. Not going to get a player like Benzema in January. And Baffy08 says we could have signed a player like Griezmann. Why didn't we? It's just a lot of, you know what, I could keep reading this and reading this and reading this, and everything about it is very, very negative. Keep leaving your comments and let us know what you think. But that is the breaking news that Danny Welbeck has been ruled out for months. And when you've got a serious knee injury and it's a cartilage injury and he's had to have surgery, they do mean months. It can be anything from, say, 3-4 months to 6 months. And I really feel sorry for Danny Welbeck because for England, he was playing particularly well in the qualifiers so far. He's the second top scorer just behind Robert Lewandowski. He'd be looking forward to trying to get into the Euros next, for which start at the end of the season over there in Paris. Hopefully, listen, let's just think about Danny Welbeck for a minute here. Hopefully he can get back from this injury and can get back to fitness and can get back into the Arsenal team and force his way back into that England team. But it's a major blow for himself as well as being a major blow for Arsenal. As I said, leave it in the comments below. What do you make of this? Danny Welbeck ruled out for months. Who's at fault here? Is it the medical team, or is it Arsene Wenger and the guys that do the... Should they have got a striker in at Arsenal? Should we get Chuba Akpom back? Can we get Akpom back? I'm sorry I didn't research this. We've literally jumped straight onto this. I don't know if we're able to bring Akpom back off of that loan deal. I'm going to find out that straight after this program. But keep reacting here live on Arsenal Fan TV.